my strength, my strength. Vision is his gift, his gift. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Vision must be possible. God gives truly. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. God is my strength, my strength. Vision is his gift, his gift. God's gift to me must be mine because he gave them to me. God's gifts to me must be mine because he gave them to me. God is my strength, my strength. Vision is his gift, his gift. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today and studying A Course in Miracles. We are ready for Lesson 42 for Tuesday, February the 11th of 2025. We're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles this year. And I'm Forgiveness Willie, or Will Perkins is my name. William Edward, Will E. Perkins. And really glad you come to join me. I just go by Willie or Forgiveness Willie. God goes with me wherever I go was yesterday, and today, God is my strength. Vision is his gift. The idea for today combines two very powerful thoughts, both of major importance. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. It also sets forth a cause and effect relationship that explains why you cannot fail in your efforts to achieve the goal of the course. If God's your strength, well then you're going to get vision. You will see because it is the will of God for your eyes to be open. It is his strength, not your own, that gives you power. And it is his gift rather than your own that offers vision to you. God is indeed your strength, and what he gives is truly given. This means that you can receive it anytime and anywhere, wherever you are, and in whatever circumstance you find yourself. Your passage through time and space are not random. You cannot but be in the right place at the right time. Such is the strength of God. Such are his gifts. All things work together for good. You cannot but be in the right place at the right time. Such is the strength of God to make everything work out perfect. Such are his gifts, to be in the right place at the right time. Even if you weren't planning on the way it worked out, it's perfect. We will have 2 3 to 5 minute practice periods today. One as soon as possible after you wake, and another as close as possible to the time you go to sleep. It is better, however, to wait until you can sit quietly by yourself at a time when you feel ready than it is to be concerned with the time as such. So morning and evening, close to the time you go to sleep and as soon as after you get up. But he said more important than the actual time of day is that it's a time where you're ready and that you can sit without being disturbed, basically. Begin these practice periods by repeating the idea for today slowly with your eyes open, looking about you. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Okay, so start with that. Then close your eyes and repeat the idea again, even slower. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. After this, try to think of nothing except thoughts that occur to you in relation to the idea for the day. You might think, for example, vision must be possible. God gives truly. Or God's gifts to me must be mine because he gave them to me. So he says, try not to think of anything except things related to the idea that God is my strength, vision is his gift. But he also says, he told us yesterday, that he didn't want us to work at making an effort to try to pull things out. Kind of let it flow into you. Kind of step back and let it just appear. But you can say the idea repeatedly to yourself, he said. Matter of fact, that's kind of a really excellent meditation, just to quietly reverse, even if nothing else does come to you. Just saying, God is my strength, vision is his gift, repeating it. After this, try to think of nothing except thoughts that occur to you in relation to the idea for the day. You might think, for example, vision must be possible. God gives truly. Or God's gifts to me must be mine because he gave them to me. Any thought that is clearly related to the idea for today is suitable. You may, in fact, be astonished at the amount of course-related understanding some of your thoughts contain. Let them come without censoring, unless you find your mind is merely wandering, and you have let obviously irrelevant thoughts intrude. You may also reach a point where no thoughts at all seem to come to mind. If such interferences occur, open your eyes and repeat the thought once more while looking slowly about, closing your eyes. Repeat the idea once more, and then continue to look for related thoughts in your mind. So basically just start over again. If you sit there and you feel like your mind's just wandering, or you're like, I don't think I'm really doing anything. I'm just kind of sitting here doing nothing. He said, just okay, open your eyes, do it again. God is my strength, vision is his gift. Close your eyes. God is my strength, vision is his gift. And then sit still and try to let related thoughts come to mind. Remember, however, that active searching is relevant. Remember, however, that active searching for relevant thoughts is not appropriate for today's exercises. Try merely to step back and let the thoughts come. If you find this difficult, it is better to spend the practice period alternating between slow repetitions of the idea with eyes open, then with eyes closed, than it is to strain to find suitable thoughts. There is no limit on the number of short practice periods that would be beneficial today. The idea for the day is a beginning step in bringing thoughts together and teaching you that you are studying a unified thought system in which nothing is lacking that is needed and nothing is included that is contradictory or irrelevant. The more often you repeat the idea during the day, the more often you will be reminding yourself that the goal of the course is important to you and that you have not forgotten it. Okay, so throughout the day, as often as you want, tell yourself, God is my strength, vision is his gift. And be sure to do your 2 3 to 5 minute practice periods, one as soon as you get up in the morning, and one after or right before you go to sleep, or, depending on how you schedule your day, you might do it directly after we finish. You could even, it wouldn't hurt it. Particularly if you're a second or third year student, you might want to do more than just 2. And that would be, I'm sure that he would be fine with that. I do it often, do more than what he says, but not the first year. First year, I'd say just do what he says. Don't try to add a bunch of heroic efforts to make progress faster. Okay, let's go take a look at, you'll progress fast enough if you do exactly what he says. I mean, within reason. Okay, let's take a look at, in chapter 6, of the text, the lessons of love. That's what you are, a love being. And we're learning the lessons of love, which we're really just remembering what we already know. We read paragraph 8 yesterday. Let's pick up there again. I am sorry, my brothers, and this is under the section the message of the crucifixion. I am sorry when my brothers do not share my decision to hear only one voice, because it weakens them as teachers and as learners. Wow, Jesus saying he's sorry when we don't hear only the voice of the Holy Spirit. We keep listening to the ego too. Yet I know they cannot really betray themselves or me, and that it is still on them that I must build my church. He's referring there to what I mentioned yesterday, which was Jesus was talking to Simon Peter. Actually, he gave him the names. Peter at that moment, I think, which means a little rock or pebble. And on this small rock, or on this rock, I'm going to build my church. So he basically building the church on all of us. There is no choice in this, because only you can be the foundation of God's church. A church is where an altar is, and the presence of the altar is what makes the church holy. And remember what an altar is? We read back in the last chapter, I think it was in section, I wrote it down, in section chapter 5, section 2, paragraph 8. He said that an altar is a devotion. So your devotion is what you're devoted to is your altar. Are you devoted to the ego or to the Holy Spirit? There is no choice in, a church is where an altar is, and the presence of the altar is what makes the church holy. A church that does not inspire love has a hidden altar that is not serving the purpose for which God intended it. I must found His church on you, because those who accept me as a model are literally my disciples. Disciples are followers. A disciplined one, a disciple. Disciples are followers, and if the model they follow has chosen to save them pain in all respects, they are unwise not to follow him. Paragraph 9. I elected for your sake and mine to demonstrate that the most outrageous assault, as judged by the ego, does not matter. As the world judges these things, but not as God knows them, I was betrayed, abandoned, beaten, torn, and finally killed. It was clear that this was only because of the projection of others onto me, since I had not harmed anyone and I had healed many. Paragraph 10. We are still equal as learners, although we do not need to have equal experiences. The Holy Spirit is glad when you can learn from mine, from Jesus' experiences, and be reawakened by them. That is their only purpose, and that is the only way in which I can be perceived as the way, the truth, and the life. And that's a quote that John recorded Jesus is saying in John 14, verse 6. When you hear only one voice, you are never called on to sacrifice. On the contrary, by being able to hear the Holy Spirit in others, you can learn from their experiences and can gain from them without experiencing them directly yourself. That is because the Holy Spirit is one, and anyone who listens is inevitably led to demonstrate His way for all. So let's listen to the one voice, the voice of the Holy Spirit. Let's hear that voice in ourselves and our brothers, and in our brothers and sisters, who are really also ourselves. Paragraph 11. You are not persecuted, nor was I. You are not asked to repeat my experiences, because the Holy Spirit, whom we share, makes this unnecessary. To use my experiences constructively, however, you must still follow my example in how to perceive them. My brothers and yours are constantly engaged in justifying the unjustifiable. Blame, basically. Trying to tell they shouldn't have done that to me. My one lesson which I must teach as I learned it is that no perception that is out of accord with the judgment of the Holy Spirit can be justified. I undertook to show this was true in an extreme case, merely because it would serve as a good teaching aid to those whose temptation to give in to anger and assault would not be so extreme. I will with God that none of his sons should suffer. Paragraph 12. The crucifixion cannot be shared because it is the symbol of projection, but the resurrection is the symbol of sharing, because the reawakening of every son of God is necessary to enable the sonship to know its wholeness. Only this is knowledge. Paragraph 13, and here's what knowledge is. The message of the crucifixion is perfectly clear. Teach only love, for that is what you are. We're love beings. Teach only love. You can't be assaulted, even if your body can. That's not you. Okay, the crucifixion cannot be shared because it is a symbol of projection, but the resurrection is the symbol of sharing because the reawakening of every son of God is necessary to enable the sonship to know its wholeness. Only this is knowledge. The message of the crucifixion is perfectly clear. Teach only love, for that is what you are. 14. If you interpret the crucifixion in any other way, you're using it as a weapon for assault rather than as a call for peace for which it was intended. The apostles often misunderstood it, and for the same reason that anyone misunderstands it. Their own imperfect love made them vulnerable to projection, and out of their own fear they spoke of the wrath of God as his retaliatory weapon. Nor could they speak of the crucifixion entirely without anger, because their sense of guilt had made them angry. And several Bible verses, there's probably many more, but a few, where it speaks of the wrath of God. Luke chapter 9 and verse 54, where the disciples wanted to call down fire on some people that were competing with Jesus. And then John chapter 3 and verse 36, speaking of the wrath of God. And then in John chapter 18, verse 10 and 11, where Peter used his sword and cut off the ear of the high priest's servant. I think his name was Malchus. And Jesus put it back on. He said, hey, we're not doing with things with the sword, Peter. You're misunderstanding my whole message. And he'd been with them 3 years at that point. Paragraph 15. These are some of the examples of upside-down thinking in the New Testament, although its gospel is really only the message of love. If the apostles had not felt guilty, they never could have quoted me as saying, I come not to bring peace, but a sword. And you can find that in Matthew chapter 10, verse 34 through 36. This is clearly the opposite of everything I taught. Nor could they have described my reactions to Judas as they did. If they had really understood me, I could not have said, Betrayest thou the Son of Man with a kiss? Unless I believed in betrayal. Woe unto the man who betrays me, they said in Luke chapter 22, verse 48, talking about what they thought Jesus, that it was going to be bad for Judas. But Jesus is trying to teach, hey, look, I don't believe in betrayal. You can even kill me. It ain't going to kill me. It ain't me. I'm reality. Which I've got a really good near-death experience I want to tell you all about. Don't let me, I say don't let me, you have no way of telling me. But I won't forget. I said don't let me forget, but I won't forget. I hope. The whole message of the crucifixion was simply that I did not believe in betrayal. The punishment I was said to have called forth upon Judas was a similar mistake. I think you can find that in Matthew chapter 26, verse 24. Was it likely that I would condemn him when I was ready to demonstrate that condemnation is impossible? Paragraph 16. As you read the teachings of the apostle, to tell you what, let's just stop and let me tell you real quick about this near-death experience. It's by John Davis on the Other Side NDE. It's 21 minutes and 27 seconds long. Its title is Dead for 7 Minutes. Man has shown past lives during incredible NDE. Really a great story, but right before he came back into his body, Jesus appeared to him and he said, I wrote it down. His exact words, real simple. You would think Jesus would say something like this. Tell everybody, there is no death. Okay, let's keep going. As you read the teaching, I'll put the description or the link to that in the description below. Okay, where are we at? As you read the teachings of the apostles, remember that I told them myself that there was much they would understand later because they were not wholly ready to follow me at the time. And he said that recorded in John 13, verse 7. I do not want you to allow any fear to enter into the thought system toward which I am guiding you. I do not call for martyrs, but for teachers. No one is punished for sins, and the sons of God are not sinners. Any concept of punishment involves the projection of blame and reinforces the idea that blame is justified. The result is a lesson in blame, for all behavior teaches the beliefs that motivate it. The crucifixion was the result of clearly opposed thought systems, the perfect symbol of the, in quotes, conflict between the ego and the Son of God. He puts that in quotes because even though the ego thinks it's in conflict, the Holy Spirit doesn't even respond. It knows there's no conflict. It's an illusion that's speaking to it. This conflict seems just as real now, and its lessons must be learned now as well as then. 17. I do not need gratitude, but you need to develop your weakened ability to be grateful, or you cannot appreciate God. He does not need your appreciation, but you do. You cannot love what you do not appreciate, for fear makes appreciation impossible. When you are afraid of what you are, you do not appreciate it, and will therefore reject it. As a result, you'll teach rejection. 18. The power of the Son of God is present all the time because the power of the sons of God is present all the time because they were created as creators. Their influence on each other is without limit and must be used for their joint salvation. Each one must learn to teach that all forms of rejection are meaningless. Go away with this idea. We all must learn to teach that all forms of rejection are what? Meaningless. The separation is the notion of rejection. As long as you teach this, you will believe it. This is not as God thinks, and you must think as He thinks, if you are to know Him again. And our last paragraph, 19, if I can get my page turned. Remember that the Holy Spirit is the communication link between God the Father and His separated sons. If you will listen to His voice, you will know that you cannot either hurt or be hurt, and that many need your blessing to help them hear this for themselves. When you perceive only this need in them, and do not respond to any other, you will have learned of me and will be as eager to share your learning as I am, says Jesus. Okay, let's take a quick look about what's going on around the world. Out of holidays and observances, Eagle Day, the Haliaetus leucocephalus is the bald eagle. You know, those things can reach 3,000 meters or more, 10,000 feet high. Girl Hug Boy Day, Step in a Puddle and Splash Your Friend Day, International Thank You Day. All these, I see that as little children, which is good. We want to be like little children. Splash a friend. All I Really Need to Know, I learned in kindergarten, is what it reminded me of, Robert Fulgrim's book. Become as little children, all those things. Learn Your Name in Morse Code Day, Human Trafficking Awareness Day, Vision Board Day, Secret Pal Day, basically give Actum Ran give random acts of kindness to people you don't even know. And World Sketch Note Day, and Legacy Blueberry out of Edible Landscaping. And yesterday I didn't tell you that was actually that yesterday Legacy Blueberry was yesterday. It's a Vaccinium genus, but it's a Darawi species, where a lot of them are corimbosum, and the one we're going to talk about today is the Northland blueberry, which is a Vaccinium corimbosum also. Or there's also the ashy species. But the Northland is a northern type blueberry, a cross with a northern lowbush variety. In the north, its low stature makes it hardier than most because it gets insulated by snow. 15 to 20 pounds of fruit on a mature bush is not uncommon. Medium-sized berries are of high flavor, similar to wild lowbush. Height 3 to 5 foot at maturity, spaced 5-foot circles. Selected in Minnesota for its dark blue wild flavored berries and low stature. It's an attractive landscape plant with yellow-orange fall colors, zones 3 through 7. Boy, it can get up really in that cold climate. Zone 3. Okay, was there anything, our word for peace today from the Mongo people of Zaire? And the word is Beoto. So Beoto be with you. Beoto. And we're going to include that the message of the crucifixion is perfectly clear. Teach only love, for that is what you are. But God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Maybe you can use this to begin one of your 3 to 5 minute practice periods. If you haven't had one, let's do it now. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. God is my strength, my strength. Vision is his gift, his gift. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Vision must be possible. God gives truly. God's gifts to me must be mine because he gave them to me. Love is the only power to trust today. You cannot but be in the right place at the right time. Such is the strength of God, such are his gifts. God is my strength, my strength. Vision is his gift, his gift. God is my strength. Vision is his gift to me. Oh, God is my strength. Vision is his gift to you. Oh, God is my strength. Vision is his gift. The message of the crucifixion is perfectly clear. Teach only love, for that is what you are. Teach only love, for that is what you are. God is my strength. Vision is his gift to us. Oh, God is my strength, my strength. Vision is his gift, his gift. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. And as the Mongo people say, for peace, Beoto. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Beoto.